Welcome to Guru Trader video for Tuesday, April the 13th, 2010. Here's the 6 market movers that we're watching today. On the Toronto Stock Exchange Venture, new symbol SMB, Simba Energy 9 cents. New symbol LGO, Largo Resources Ltd 31 cents. Following up on MOA, Mountain Lake Resources again, 57 cents. Also on the Toronto Stock Exchange, MAR, Marathon PGM Corp, $1.85. First time mentioning Marathon, but it's connected with Mountain Lake. Following up on FRHV, Fresh Harvest Products Inc., 12 cents. That's on the OTC bulletin board. And lastly, new symbol XOMA, 78 cents on the NASDAQ. Let's take a closer look. Alright, 6 stocks we're looking in today, which is a nice break from the 12 that we had to follow yesterday. Metals are down a little bit, so that'll give us some time to look at some other names. New symbol on the Toronto Stock Exchange Venture, SMB, Simba Energy, 9 cents, up 4 cents. 80% moves, that's why it's on there, and the percentage gainers. I think this is the volume leader on the TSXV Venture, over 8 million shares traded. And if this is correct, it shows only 44 million shares outstanding, so that's very substantial if that's true. Also, if this is true, it's only $4 million market cap, so just a shell if that's accurate. Now the 52-week high it's showing was 18.5 cents, which it did on June the 2nd. They kind of fell apart, went sideways at between 5 and 6 cents for the balance of, from about the middle of November till recently. April the 8th of this year was the low at 4.5 cents. So it just made a low last week. So maybe it's just recovering from that. It may just be a one-day blip. I don't know, but you got to ask why that volume's there. I'd like to see this stock above a dime and turn some volume over here for a few weeks before I'd really think there's something going on. But let's look at the news. Simba Energy reports on Liberian oil seep survey. So anyway, look into that. This company, let me see here. Yeah, they've only been, it shows here it's only been around since really the end of 2008, and stock's really never been above 15 cents. So check into, is there play here? Are they drilling? What type of project, what type of news flow is going to come out of this company, or is it just a one-day blip? So it's on our radar. We'll keep an eye on it. LGO, Largo Resources, 32.5, up 7 cents. It's another new stock. 27.5% up today. 3 million shares have traded out of 219 million, $71 million market cap. The previous 52-week high was 27.5 cents, which it did on January the 22nd, right here, and the low was 7.5 cents, which it did April 30th of last year. Has a nice looking slope over the last year. Higher highs, higher lows. That's what you want to see. No erratic gyrations in there. Anyway, the 3-month, the 1-month, and the 1-year charts all look constructive. So they put out news on March the 24th. Largo Resources announces extension of option to purchase additional 30% at Northern Dancer project. I've heard of that. I don't know much about it. A lot going on up in the Yukon right now. Various gold properties and I think some base metal properties that are showing good showings. I'm not saying their property, but maybe they're around somebody. You'd have to check into that. Anyway, they're on our radar because of the activity in the stock, and we'll keep an eye on them. Moving on to MOA again, Mountain Lake Resources. We first mentioned this stock April the 8th at 45.5 cents. I've known this company for years because of their African alluvial diamond properties that they, I think, optioned out or with Etruscan at one time. And they've got various properties, some in, a lot of them in Newfoundland, some in, I'm not sure where all their properties are now. I'm not up on the stock as much anymore, but I know they're Newfoundland properties. This leprechaun deposit is what the stock's moving on right now. Today they announced, Mountain Lake Leprechaun delivers again with high-grade intervals up to 506 grams, up to 14.7 ounces per ton within a broader 9-meter interval of 38 grams, 1.12 ounces per ton. I mean, sounds good. I'd like to know the continuity, what type of play it is. Are they funded? How much drilling's going on? What percentage does Mountain Lake own versus the operator, which is, I believe, this Marathon, and that's the next stock I'm going to talk about. But anyway, Mountain Lake, it is active again. 29 million shares outstanding, it shows. It's only $16 million market cap. The previous 52-week high was 52 cents, which it did on April the 9th, right here. Yeah. And the low was 14 cents, which it did on July the 30th. I've seen this stock, if you look at the longer term charts, above $1. So it's been quiet for a few years. It actually shows earnings here. I don't know if that's correct. I haven't looked into their financials. It's very rare you see a junior miner with actual earnings. So anyway, we're still following Mountain Lake, and MAR, this is that other company I told you about, Marathon PGM Corp. It trades on the Toronto Stock Exchange, whereas Mountain Lake trades on the Venture Exchange. It's the operator for this play, so it's moving on the same news. There's the one-year chart on Marathon. $1.85 up 17%. Over 1 million shares have traded out of 31 million shares, it shows. $57 million market cap, whereas Mountain Lake was only, their market cap is only $16 million. And you know, it was up 14 cents, 34% to 57 cents, whereas you know, you'll see that Marathon's up 17%. So you know, the leverage works both ways, is what I'm trying to say. But anyway, Marathon may have other properties as well that Mountain Lake's not involved in, vice versa. So keep that in mind as well. But they are moving on. You'll see the same interval on that Leprechaun deposit because they are connected. So anyway, we'll watch that one as well. FRHV again, Fresh Harvest Products. We mentioned this stock yesterday. I don't know, kind of a flaky story. It was 7 cents up a nickel, so from 2 to 7. I think it was like 185%. Well, today it's from 7 to 12, which is up another 4.5%, 58%. 92 million shares traded out of it. Shows 142 million, if that's true. 17 million market cap. The previous 52-week high was, well, yes, yesterday, yeah, at 11.8 cents. The low, now keep this in mind, 0.2 of 1 cent. A fraction of a penny on November the 10th of 2009. Let's look at the longer term chart on this stock. Okay, looks like the company's been around since 2007. Has never really been above, well, hasn't touched 80 cents, it shows here. Down to nothing, blew up with everything else last year, and has been kind of going sideways since. So anyway, they're announcing, there's a couple of people following them now, and they announced some nature bars and I don't know, something going on with Largo Pizza. I haven't looked into it, but they've got a deal with, with brisk sales with Walgreens of their nature bars. So anyway, it's active, it's up, and we'll keep an eye on it, and we'll follow it as long as that continues. And lastly, XOMA, XOMA Ltd, 78 up 10 cents, almost 20 million shares traded out of 261 million, $200 million market cap. The 52-week high was $1.34, which it did on June 8th. The low was 40 cents, which it did on February the 2nd of this year. So, I don't know. This looks like it's turning around. Let's look at the 3-month. Yeah, the 3-month chart is very constructive here. The 1-year chart is not as much so. So, I don't know if it's just, you know, pulling up because it was beaten down so far, or if there's a new trend going here. But a lot of these drug stocks, I mean, the Rexan that we follow from 93 cents to 3.50, they have these nice runs, and they do blow up at some point. So anyway, look into the news. Not my area expertise, but this one talks about diabetes and inflammatory diseases using interleukin beta antibodies. They talk about cancer research, different types of testing and phase trials and cardiac remodeling. So there's lots of news on this stock. There's a good news flow. Almost every couple days they're putting out news. So you'll like to see that as well, and to keep that activity up and that interest. So anyway, it's on our radar. It's a new stock. It trades on the NASDAQ. And that's about it for today. Trade safely, do your homework, and we'll talk with you tomorrow. Guru Trader videos and tweets are daily snapshots of 5 to 7 very active small and microcap stocks from all North American stock exchanges. We simply track stocks that are trading up significantly on news or making new highs on very high volume without any further consideration of company fundamentals. The point is to save time by focusing on only those stocks that are moving right now. Guru Trader symbols come from filtering market movers and from subjective observations. Our software cross-references today's volume actives, percent gainers, and dollar gainers, which are filtered down to just lower price stocks. We then look at each stock's charts for apparent uptrends, and news headlines for obvious one-day-only events to exclude, like a buyout, or for longer-term growth-related news like financials, drill results, patent approvals, etc. to include. This is similar to how many traders look for new stocks as a starting point for further research with their financial and investment advisors. This is not an advisory service, and conflicts may exist as we sometimes take positions, or featured stocks may have bought online advertising or IR support services. Any content published by Investors Guru Small Cap Stock Observer is subject to the terms of our privacy policy and disclaimer at investorsguru.com. For our other small cap stock channels, follow Twitter's Guru Trader tweet in real time on your PC or mobile device at twitter.com/investorsguru. Subscribe to watch YouTube's Investors Guru video channel at youtube.com/InvestorsGuru. Search Investors Guru at facebook.com and add us as a friend to see our videos, tweets, etc. that are all synced to post on our wall. It's free to sign up at InvestorsGuru.com stock community for comprehensive quotes, newsletters, profiles, forums, etc., or to update your portfolio, watch list, alerts, and news by email preferences. Thanks for watching.